Welcome. Thanks so much for joining me for this 3-part weight loss series. I'm Jen Hilman, and in today's practice, I'm going to guide you through some powerful exercises to build strength and stamina in the chest and shoulders. So go ahead and like this video, leave your comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And when you're all set, go ahead and roll out your mat, and let's get ready to practice. We'll begin our practice sitting in a nice comfortable seat. So feel free to use a cushion or a blanket or sit on anything that helps you to feel more comfortable. Then we'll just begin with some nice easy head rolls, starting to loosen up through the sides of the neck and the tops of your shoulders. You can move at your own pace, just letting it start to loosen up a little bit. When you're ready, you can reverse and roll your head the other way. Notice how it feels from one direction to the other. And just let your breath help guide your movement. And we'll gently float your head back up to center. And then we'll start with some stretches for the wrists. So extend your right hand out in front of you. Flex your palm open so your fingers reach to the floor. And wrap that left hand around, grabbing onto your right fingers, and then gently begin to pull back. Now, if you press the right arm straight, that's going to help you get a deeper stretch across the top of the forearm. And if you want a little more juice, see if you can stretch that right thumb open as well for extra stretch. And then slowly release. We're going to fold the right hand down, bring your left hand on top, and just gently press down, stretching across the top of the wrist. Nothing too crazy, just a nice easy stretch. Then we'll go ahead and shake out that right hand. Wrap your right hand across to your left shoulder. And bring your left hand to your elbow and begin to press that right arm around like you're giving yourself a hug. Sit up tall in your spine, lifting up through your crown, giving you a little bit more leverage for a deeper stretch across the right shoulder. Then we'll slowly release and wrap your right arm around your back. See if you can bring that hand all the way around to the left side of your waist. Then bring the left hand to hold your right hand in place. Turn your gaze over the left shoulder and roll your right shoulder back until you feel a stretch across the front of your chest and the right side of your neck. It's getting that good opening across the front of your heart. And we'll slowly release back to center. And one more time, just shake out that right arm. And then we'll stretch it out on the left. So reach that left arm out in front of you, flexing your palm open. We'll grab your left fingertips with your right hand. And nice, gentle, steady pressure. Start to pull back on those left fingertips. Remember that the more you can straighten out through the left arm, the more stretch you're going to get in the forearm. Now maybe you can even stretch that left thumb open just for a little extra challenge. And we'll slowly release, folding your left hand down. Take a gentle stretch across the top of your wrist. So it's important to relieve tension in the arms and the forearms, wrists, and hands. We're especially going to be working those areas today, so we want to get some blood flow, get some circulation there. Let's shake out that left hand and wrap your hand across to your right shoulder. Bring your right hand to your elbow, pressing that left arm across. Give yourself another sweet hug, lifting through your spine. Create a little bit of healthy tension in the pose, allowing you to get a little more stretch. Breathing into that sensation, and we'll slowly release and wrap your left arm around your back, bringing your fingertips all the way around to the right side. Grab on with your right hand and turn your gaze to that right side. Actively try to roll your left shoulder back. So we really peel it open, getting that stretch across the front of your chest, across your neck, finding your best stretch. And we'll slowly release back to center. Let's shake out that left arm one more time. Then we're going to transition to your tabletop position. So when you're ready, you can go ahead and make your way around to your hands and knees. And as you come into that tabletop, let's just move our cat and cow a few times. As you inhale your breath, you'll lift your heart and lift your tail. And then exhale to round your spine and curl your belly up and in. Inhale to open. Exhale to round. It's moving at your own pace, mobilizing and loosening up through the spine. So we're just working out the kinks, letting your breath be your guide. So at the end of your last cycle, we'll come back to neutral, finding your way back into that tabletop. Then walk your hands out to the front edge of your mat. Try to keep your hips stacking over your knees as your heart softens down towards the floor. So breathe slow and deep as you work into this chest and shoulder stretch. Almost everyone has tension in the chest and shoulders and upper back. You are not alone. Take some deep breaths as you allow yourself to soften into this moment. From here, interlace your fingers in front of you. Then shift your weight forward into your forearms. Tuck your toes under and start to lift your hips to the sky. Now, I like to take a little half step forward, shifting a little more weight into the arms. Now lift your gaze towards your hands. As you inhale your breath, shift your heart forward over your thumbs. Then exhale, drawing your hips back. We open through the chest and shoulders. Inhale to shift forward. Lift your gaze, reach your heart to the top of your mat. Then exhale and draw the hips back, opening through the chest and shoulders. Again, inhale to come forward, pressing against the earth. We exhale to draw it back. Then one more time. Inhale to come forward. Exhale to press it back. Then gently lower your knees down to the floor. Reach your hips back to your heels and let yourself come into a nice, easy child's pose. Taking some slow, deep breaths here. Just observe the sensations, the energy beginning to flow in your chest and shoulders. Coming back to center. And when you're ready, we'll press back up into your tabletop. Coming back to the hands and knees, we're going to continue with a little bit deeper stretch. So let's inhale and open your right fingertips to the sky. Take a full twist as you open your heart. Then exhale to weave your right arm underneath the left. Bring your head and right shoulder all the way down to the floor and press your left hand into the mat so that it rolls your left shoulder back. So we increase the spiral, the rotation in your spine. This gives you a little bit more space to reach those right fingertips a little further across. Now lean your weight into that right shoulder, maximizing the stretch. Then we'll slowly unwind, pressing yourself all the way back up. Reach those right fingertips to the sky, getting a full unwind. And slowly release the right hand back down to the floor. And we'll inhale and open. Left fingertips reach high, taking that full side body twist. Then exhale and gently weave the left arm under. Lowering yourself down to the floor. we want to use that right hand for leverage. So press your right hand into the earth and notice how it moves you into a deeper rotation. So we maximize the twist in your spine so you can reach the left fingertips even further across. Lean your weight into that left shoulder. Take it to the edge. Then we'll slowly unwind, nice and easy. Pressing yourself back up, open those left fingertips all the way to the sky. Then exhale and gently release that left hand back down. Now, walk your knees back behind your hips, right? So we widen the angle. Then shift your heart forward, reaching your chest towards the front of your mat. So we come into a half plank pose. On your inhale, lift your heart, lift your head. Then we exhale and bend your elbows 90 degrees and pause. Then inhale to press yourself back up. Exhale to gently lower, hugging your arms close by your ribs. Inhale to press it up. And one more time. Exhale to lower, hover and pause. Then go ahead and bring your belly all the way down to the floor. Turn the tops of your feet down to the mat. Hug your legs together behind you. Spread your fingertips wide apart as you press your palms into the mat. Roll your shoulders up towards the sky. So we squeeze the shoulder blades together towards your spine. On your inhale, slowly start to peel your chest away from the mat. So we engage the strength of the upper back. Think about the tips of your shoulder blades pulling down towards your hips. Slowly release your heart back down to the mat. We're going to take 2 more rounds of that cobra pose. So roll your shoulders up towards the sky, squeezing your shoulder blades together. We inhale to curl your heart up, engaging the strength of the upper back. Exhale to slowly lower, back down to the floor. Then one more time, we inhale to lift. Rolling the shoulders down and back, we lift through the strength of your spine. Exhale to gently release back down. And from here, interlace your hands at the base of your spine. Squeeze the palms of your hands together so you get a nice tight grip. Then reach your fists up away from your hips. Try to shrug your shoulders down your back. Then we'll inhale and peel your chest up. Reaching your fists down towards your heels. Let the shoulders roll open so you feel a stretch across your sternum. Then slowly release back down to the floor. Release your grip. Let your arms relax. Now bend your knees, bringing your heels towards your hips. We're going to reach back with your hands and see if you can grab a hold of the tops of your feet. On your next inhale, we'll begin to kick your feet back into your hands, peeling your heart and chest away from the floor. Kick with the strength of your legs until you feel your shoulders and your pecs stretch. Take one more inhale, finding your edge. Then we'll exhale and gently release. Go ahead and press yourself back to child's pose. Taking your time, making your own way there. Let yourself fold forward over your legs. And just take some nice deep breaths here. Allow yourself to be present
and feel all of the sensations, feeling that energy warming and building. Take one more full round of breath, all the way in and all the way out. And at the end of your exhale, we're going to journey to your downward facing dog. So you can find your own way there, moving in your own timing. You start to draw your hips up and back. And I encourage you to use this down dog as a time to build strength in your hands, in your arms, and find openness in your chest and shoulders. So even if your heels are lifted, even if your knees are bent, try to find that sense of length in your spine and opening in the chest and shoulders. Take a nice big deep breath in. Exhale that breath all the way out. And from here, we're going to rotate both heels over to the right side. Now shift your weight forward into that right hand. So we're coming into a side plank. Now you may choose to step the left foot down so you have a little more support in that front leg. Or for more of a challenge, we keep both legs extended. From here, we're going to lower your hips, but don't touch the floor. Just lower down and press your hips back up. We're doing a cycle of 5. We go down and up. Yes, hang in there, pressing through the strength of the arms and the shoulders. We've got 2 more. Taking 1 more round, lower the hips, press it back up, and make your way back to that downward facing dog. If you need to take a child's pose in between to take a break, you're welcome to do that. But I do encourage you to work up to practicing both sides in concession. Then we'll bring the heels over to the left, right? Preparing to move to the second side. Shifting your weight into that left hand, and you always have the option to step the right foot down to give you a modified version. However you choose to practice. We're going to lower the hips and press it back up. So practice to your pace. Whatever works for your body, that's what you should do. Practice giving yourself a challenge while also working within the boundaries of what feels safe and good for your body. Do 1 more round, bringing it to a total of 5. And when you're ready, step it back to your down dog and gently lower your knees to the floor, and we'll all meet in child's pose. Now, as you settle into this child's pose, feel free to roll your wrists around or shake out the hands. It's a lot of work, a lot of weight bearing in the arms and hands. That's why it's important that we do these practices to build strength and stamina so we don't hurt ourselves in our practice. So walk your hands in towards your knees, pressing yourself up to kneeling. Then we're going to sink your hips over to one side or the other. Then swing your legs around in front of you. We've got one more big exercise to help us round out our practice today. We're going to do some reverse push-ups. So you can bring your feet flat to the floor in front of you and bring your hands back to the mat behind you. Your goal in this practice is to bring your fingertips forward towards the front of your mat. But if you don't quite have the flexibility for that today, you can turn your fingers out to the sides, just working little by little to eventually rotate the fingers forward.
So as you get set up in your practice, we're going to plant your feet, plant your hands, press against the floor, and lift up your hips into that reverse tabletop position. From here, we're going to bend into your elbows, lowering halfway down, then press yourself back up. So really think about isolating the movement in the arms. It's not so much about just lowering and lifting the hips. It's really about pressing through the arms and shoulders. So we lower down and press up. Let's do one more for a total of 5. Lower, press up. Lift your heart, lift your hips, and let's walk your feet out, extending your legs straight, pressing into your reverse plank. Then gently lower your hips all the way down to the floor. And just walk your hands forward. Just take a nice, easy fold over your legs. So this is not about finding the deepest fold that you can. This is really just about rounding forward, softening with the pull of gravity, and letting yourself start to relax. Slowing down your breath as you fold forward. When you're ready, roll yourself back up to your seat. And you can just cross your legs in front of you. Let yourself get settled into a nice, comfy seat. You can close your eyes and just turn your attention inward, observing the flow of your breath, observing the beating of your heart. Just feel that energy that's swirling around in your chest and shoulders right now. Bring your hands together at your heart in a gesture of gratitude. Give thanks for your amazing body, or how hard it works and all the things that it does for you day in and day out. Let us give gratitude and appreciation for this beautiful body. And feel your body thanking you for giving it this gift today, the gift of this practice, the gift of your presence and your attention. And may you come back again and again to the practice of being present in your body. It is my honor and my pleasure to be a part of your journey. I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.